Flosstube. I'm Denise, and this is my cross stitch channel, Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. Today is Thursday, January 26th, and this is Flosstube number 72. If you're new here, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back to hang out with me. Today, I want to share my first finish of 2023. I'm going to tell you about my thrifting and antiquing trip, show you what I invested in, and I have a little clip of the antique mall that I visited. It's called the Sleepy Poet. And I'm going to go over my stitching plans for 2023. But before we get started, I want to thank everyone who clicked on the link in the description box and bought me a coffee. I really do appreciate that. And I use those funds to help with shipping of giveaways. So before we go any further, I want to also thank you for your questions and comments. And we got some really interesting comments in the last couple of videos. So I want to share those with you guys. So in my video number 71, I shared, I did a lot of FFOs. It was an FFO frenzy. And Andre said that I've inspired her to stop and do some FFOing. I also would like to hope that everyone else, that you were inspired as well to do some FFOs, which are, of course, fully finished objects. We get such a rush of happiness when we complete the stitching on a project. And I feel that when we go ahead and dive in and fully finish it, that it's really also such a great feeling. So I hope you were inspired to do that. Deb said that she's going to be joining me for the Stronger Together Stitch Along, which starts in February, starts February 1st. And I will leave the links to that Stitch Along also in the description box below, so that you can come on and join us. The actual pattern is free. Although Fat Quarter Shop, who is hosting the Stitch Along, is asking that you make a donation. Let's see. The Stronger Together Stitch Along is for Black History Month. And I'm going to leave the link to the pattern and the fundraising link in the description box below. We're going to be stitching it from February 1st to 28th. And we're just going to be stitching 2 floss colors each week for 4 weeks to complete the pattern. So come on and join us and post your progress using the hashtag FQS Stronger Together 2023. So I also want to thank everyone who watched my whip parade. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope that if you did watch it, you did enjoy it. And I'll put a link to that below as well, in case you have not had a chance to take a look at that. But in response to that, Cheryl dubbed me the 2022 New Start Queen. I'm telling you guys, I was going to wear a crown today. I just couldn't find one. If you can believe that with all of this stuff that I have, I couldn't find a crown. Okay. But I just had an idea. Here we go. Here we go. See, that's too big, but okay. The 2022 Start Queen. Because I had 19 new starts. Okay. 3 of them were finished. I had 3 finishes, and all 3 of those finishes were FFO'd, but I did not mention in that video that I also had a lot of other finishes in other crafty endeavors, such as, if you remember, I made scissor fobs for you guys. I also made project bags for myself. And I also made some floss drops. So I think all of that can be counted as finishes and FFOs. So there's that. Cheryl also suggested, okay, I was talking about my stitching on Stationery Attic, which is the chart that I'm stitching for my daughter. And since her birthday is on the 7th, I stitch it on the 7th of each month. And I'm starting to get a little tired of stitching it. So Cheryl suggested that maybe I stitch on it on the 7th, the 14th, the 24th, and the 28th to finish it faster. And so, Cheryl, I really appreciate that suggestion. It seems a little much for me right now, but it is giving me some other ideas. I'm thinking maybe if I stitch on it on the 7th, the 17th, and the 27th, maybe. I don't know. I have to figure out what I'm going to do. But I'm getting tired of stitching on it, and I want it to be done. Deanna, the Nightly Stitcher, says that she agrees with me on starts, okay? It doesn't matter how many we have as long as we are enjoying it. Because you can't finish it if you don't start it. Thank you for that, Deanna. I totally agree. Deb said that she found a few perfectly sized frames in the Oops section at Michael's recently. So I confess that I am a frame hoarder. I feel like I've been hoarding frames for years. And of course, I've been hoarding these frames because in my mind, I'm going to be finishing all of these cross-stitch projects and hanging them on my wall. So I've got a lot, and I even have more to show you today. But lo and behold, I didn't know there was an Oops section at Michael's. Guess where I'm going to be trying to go real soon? I'm going to try to find that Oops section in Michael's so I can see what goodies they have there. And Jennifer said that she absolutely loves whip parades, but is she the only one that can work on just one cross-stitch project at a time? No, not at all, Jennifer. So many of us are monogamous stitchers, just working on one project at a time. And I'm sure you know that is absolutely okay. But she goes on to say that, however, she could do many different crochet projects at one time, but not cross-stitch. So that's interesting. I tend to do a lot of all of it at one time. So, yeah, but trust me, Jennifer, you are not alone. You're not alone. You're not the only one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the stitching because that's what we're here for, right? Okay. First, I'm going to show you my very first finish of 2023, and it is To a Friend's House by Mary Engelbright. And I have been stitching this along with Colette, the Highway Stitcher, and we're going to exchange our stitching. Colette has long since finished hers, but now I feel like now that I've shared it with you guys, I can go ahead and FFO it and send it off to her. This was a delightful stitch along. I absolutely love doing this with Colette. There were a few other people who joined us in the stitch along. We called it the Ingelbright Love Sale. Hashtag Ingelbright Love Sale. So if you feel like you want to see what else people were working on, you could certainly go to that hashtag on Instagram. But it's done. My first finish of 2023. Ding, 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 ding. I'm so happy. I love it. So I'm going to now move on to lips. And I worked on, oh, please. Before I show you lips, let me just show you the Stronger Together chart that I referenced a little bit earlier. And I want to point out that I am keeping it in this beautiful project bag that I won from Corey Creates here on Flosstube. It is such a cute bag, and I thought it was perfect for the project. And I will link Corey in the description box below. Such a cute bag, right? And I just wanted to show you very quickly the Stronger Together chart. Looks basically like this. You guys know I'm always having challenges with my printer ink, but this is basically what it's going to look like. And I'm going to be stitching it on navy blue 14 count Aida. And I'm going to be using the DMC thread pack. All right, so go ahead again and gather your things so that you could join us in stitching that. Now we can move on to whips. So the first whip that I worked on is Rosina Dizery. And I will, well, here's what it's going to look like when it's done. Beautiful. I will insert a photo here of what it will look like when it, now, why am I confused? I'm going to insert a picture here of where it was the last time I shared it with you. And this is where it is now. I made a lot of progress. Let me just say that. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that, guys. I was able to get up to here to finish this word truth. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but I started on this 1/1 border here. Oh my goodness. Underneath these, there is a row of 1/1 stitching underneath the word truth. I mean, because I can't see it. Underneath the word truth, there's one little row of stitching, and then we have the border started here. I love it. I love it so much. It just doesn't even make any sense. I'm so glad that I am continuously stitching on this. I'm stitching it on 32 count Lugana Earthen by Picture This Plus. And Michelle said that she's going to be starting hers in the springtime. And let me just show you the threads that I have been working with. It's just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. And these are the threads. I love it so much. I love it so much. So I will continue working on that. It's challenging because a lot of it is 1/1 stitching, and, you know, I don't choose to do it at night, and I choose to take my time. So that's Rosina Dizery, and that's by Works by ABC. The next thing that I stitched on was Charlotte by Mirabilia. And I will show you what she's gonna look like when she's done. This is what she's gonna look like when she's done. She's beautiful. She's perfect for me. Perfect. And here is where she was the last time I shared it with you. And this is how far I am now. Again, I feel as if I made a lot of progress. Here she is. And you may know that I stitch on her on Mondays when I can remember. I stitch on her for my Mirror Monday. I did go ahead and post the conversion. I posted it on both Instagram and on Facebook. I'm stitching her on 32 count Cecil by the Cecil Lugana by Seraphim Hand-Dyed Fabrics. I love her. So I think I'm almost done. I think I'm almost done stitching her hair. And I started her hand, which I was so excited. I was so excited to get started stitching on her hand. So I will continue to stitch on her on Mondays, which I think is going really well. It's still surprising to me that stitching on Mirabilia is so easy. I don't know. I think I was intimidated for so long. But I love stitching on it. It's a pretty easy stitch. What did I leave out here? One second. I gotta put this away. Okay. The next thing, and Barbara wants to know if I can show you how, I'm so sorry guys, if I can show you how I attach the beads on Charlotte when I get to that part, and I will absolutely do a video where I'm showing you how I'm attaching the beads. So thank you for that, Barbara. The next thing that I worked on was C by Ravaris. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And here is where it was the last time I shared it with you. And here is where it is now. Again, I feel like I got a lot done. I think I've been just like stitching away. I've been living my best stitchy life. Can you see that well? I love it. Like, it's really almost done. And that, of course, brings me the greatest joy. The greatest joy. I'm stitching this on 32 count antique lace Lugana. And I'm just trying to fold this in a little bit because I want to show you the threads. They're all DMCs, but such beautiful colors. That's why this is such a beautiful chart, because look at those colors. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. Then, I will now show you my current focus project. And that is, maybe I should show you what it's going to look like. It's Home Sweet Home by Fat Quarter Shop. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. It's not home, it's Summer Home. Summer Home. This is what it's going to look like when it's done, except I've changed the color of the house. And I will insert a photo here of where it was the last time I shared it with you. And this is where it is now. Again, guys, I've been stitching away. And I am loving how this house looks in the yellow. I am loving it. I love stitching on this. It's just, I just love it. So the fabric is called Thin White Pine Board by Fabric Flair. It's 14 count Aida. And I'm using the classic colorworks that are called for. But I substituted the color for the house is Gentle Arts Butternut Squash. I have my floss in this cute little case, my backwater shop. Isn't that cute? And here are the colors together. Right? Pretty, right? So pretty. Lots of this butternut squash so that I could get this house done. But I'm so happy that I'm actually stitching on it now. I'm keeping up with the border. That's making me happy. This may be, I think it's like a 4-page chart, and I believe this is probably 2 pages that are completely done. This represents number 6 of 6 whips that I need to work on before I get a new start from my to be started pile. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that later on in this video when I talk about plants. But I have 2 more days to stitch on this before I need to put it away. So, like I said, I'll explain all of that later because it's a little, it's a little confusing, but it's what works for me. Okay. Now I want to share with you a free download. I actually found this yesterday and I couldn't wait to download it. It was so cute. And it's from Stone Street Stitchworks. And it is called Sweetheart. And here it is. Of course, it did not print in color, but that's okay. But is that cool? That is so pretty. That is really, really pretty. And I'm so happy that that she posted this yesterday. And I believe the model was stitched in DMC 304, which is a medium red. And of course, you just pick your fabric. I love this heart. I absolutely love this heart. So it is on the Stone Street Stitchworks blog. That's where you can find it. I will put a link to it in the description box below. Okay. So now we're going to talk about investments. Investments in my future happiness. Lunar New Year was Sunday. Happy Lunar New Year. I have a tendency to be very fascinated with just about all things Asian culture related. And so I always do acknowledge the Lunar New Year. And so 2023 is the year of the rabbit. So yeah, I got to think about rabbits too. I love to stitch rabbits. If you've been with me for a while, you know that. Okay. So Laura of Tarsher Stitches here on Flosstube, which I will link to her Flosstube below, made her very first chart. And it is the Shimanchu Rabbit for the Lunar New Year 2023. I couldn't print out a good photo of it, so I will insert it here. And I love it. I couldn't buy it fast enough. I couldn't buy it fast enough. I'll put a link to that below. I love it so much. And so when I first saw it, my first thought was, this is gorgeous. I think I want to stitch this on yellow fabric. Well, turns out in her video, Laura talked about the significance of using yellow fabric. And so I was like, oh, that's awesome. But I think we will agree, because Laura even mentioned this as well. I think we can agree it's kind of difficult to find yellow fabric to stitch on. So I think that's going to lead me into some fabric dyeing. I have been avoiding it for a while because basically I figured there's so much out there. There's so many wonderful dyers. This is not something that I need to do. Anything I want, I could find, but I honestly cannot find a yellow fabric that I want to stitch on. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's coming because I'm going to start stitching the Shimanchu Rabbit as soon as I have the supplies. So there is that. So I did mention also that I went thrifting and I bought some frames because I'm a frame hoarder. I can't help it. I don't need any more frames. I just can't help it. So I'm going to share them with you. So the first one is a little, it's like a table number frame. But I thought, how cute would this be for a little teeny finish? Right? This is so cute and it's kind of coppery. And I love it. So that one's cute. It's a 2.5 by 3.5 inch frame. I believe I paid $1 for it. This one is a 5 by 7 frame. It's a little worse for wear, but hey, that's what paint is for. I think I have it upside down. Not that it matters, but that's what paint is for. I love this frame. It was, again, about $1. I love it. So I'll be painting this and using it. We'll see, something's upside down because the 5 by 7, but the little thingy. Okay. Then I also bought this one. This one was only 80 cents. And it looked interesting, so I bought that too. It's got the little thingy. This is, I think, also 5 by 7. Maybe. Probably. Yeah, it's probably 5 by 7. And then I actually rescued a piece. Because it's got a nice frame, but I couldn't leave it there. I couldn't leave it there, guys. I couldn't leave it. And here it is. Welcome. I don't know if you remember because I don't think I've talked about this for a while, but I want to have a welcome wall. I know exactly where I want it now. I have another piece that I have finished, but I need to FFO it. I was almost there in my last FFO frenzy, but I ran out of time because I had to paint the frame and so forth. But look at this. I love it. This is going to go perfectly on my wall. However, I'm going to hold it really close because I don't know if you can see this framing job. It's very wrinkled. You can actually see the excess threads from the back. This was framed by Hobby Lobby. It says professionally framed at Hobby Lobby. And if I'm not mistaken, it says 2021, which, come on, that wasn't that long ago. You could have done a better job. Honestly, I'm appalled. I'm appalled at the job, at this framing job. Okay, so here's the question for you guys. What do I do? Do I take it apart and fix it? Or do I just hang it up like this and call it done? I have a feeling, because of the way, you see how it's all nicely finished on the back, you know, that makes me not want to take it apart. But I don't think I'm going to be happy with it hanging in this state. So, just tell me what you think. Tell me what you think, and I will keep you updated on what I decide to do. The frame, the color of the frame is also not, doesn't go with my aesthetic. So, I may wind up painting it. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. All suggestions are welcome. Okay, but I'm really happy that I was able to rescue that because I like the look of it. So I also, the same day, went to an antique mall. It's called The Sleepy Poet here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm going to insert, it's a very short clip of my trip there. I just tried to take a short video of things that I thought you guys would be interested in. And I did, in the beginning of the clip, I did call it a thrift store, but it's really not. It's really more of an antique mall. And at the end, the camera's kind of turned sideways, so forgive me for that, but I thought that you would be still interested in that part of the video. So I'm going to insert the clip here. Hey guys, happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I decided to come out, me and my sister-in-law, and we are at a thrift shop called The Sleepy Poet. And I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see what they have inside. I will keep you posted. Okay, so basically we just walked in and already you can see they have so many wonderful antique items. Take a look at this. I'm gonna love it here. Let's go. I am fascinated. I am fascinated by it all. When you look at this decor, and look at the purple bottles. I'm gonna go over and take a closer look at these bottles because they are fabulous. Look at this. This is just amazing. And look at the rocking horse, guys. Amazing. And here's just another vignette that I just know you guys will love. This is, it's wonderful. I love it so much. This is The Sleepy Poet in Charlotte, North Carolina. I hope I find something really good to take home with me. Here we go, guys. I found an antique cross-stitch piece. I'm not going to be purchasing this because it doesn't have a name or a date, but I thought you'd be interested in that. And just for you Ray Dunn collectors, let me know if you have either one of those. And here we have some actual vintage spools. I think they're lovely. They're actually lovely. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm wearing my mask. Okay, so right about now, I really do wish that I were a spool collector. Look at these beautiful spools. I love them. And there are just so many. This is a vintage paper tube. Awesome. Awesome. Hey guys, there's another sampler. It's 1927. And I'll just go up a little slowly so you can see it. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. There you go. Hey guys, just wanted to show you this cross-stitch piece that I just came across. It is by Kay Butler. It was done in 1963. But the thing I wanted to point out is that her name and date are actually written in the spot instead of stitched. I thought that was so very interesting. And then, not to mention this collection of dough balls. Are you kidding me? They are fabulous. Look at this collection of dough balls. Absolutely fabulous. And so, I hope you enjoyed that. I am very much looking forward to going back there. I think that that's probably the very largest antique mall here in Charlotte, and I literally can see myself just going there from time to time, even if it's just by myself, to spend the day. As far as I know, they have some coffee and snacks in the back, and I love it there. So what I bought was, I bought a white tier tray, which I just didn't want to drag it in here. I don't consider it anything special, except I have been looking for a tier tray for some time. And when I saw this one, it was perfect. So I got it. I also bought this wood. They call it a vintage wood compote. And I love it. As soon as I saw it, I had to grab it up very quickly. I love it. I debated for a while about whether I was going to paint it or not. I've decided definitely I'm going to paint it. However, it's not even really however, but Angel got to this and he has chewed a couple of the edges. He knocked it on the floor. The top came loose. What am I going to do with my child? But anyway, so here it is, but I love it. I love it. So I got that. And that's really the only things that I bought at the antique mall. But I was there for hours, just being mesmerized, just taking it all in. They have every single thing you can imagine in there. From toys to musical instruments to furniture to clothing. It's just amazing. And so it's getting warm in here now. Sorry about that, guys. All right. What else did I invest in since the last time I saw you? I purchased some fat quarters from a fat quarter bundle from Fat Quarter Shop. And this is called the... this is part of the So Colorful Fat Quarter Shop. Okay, so let's start that again. The So Colorful Fat Quarter bundle from November of 2021. And I needed some brown fabric. I have a lot of fabric, guys. But I had nothing brown that I actually liked. Because I want to fully finish this chocolate piece that I showed quite a few videos ago. And I stitched it years and years and years and years ago. I'm ready to FFO it, hang it on the wall. So I needed some fabric, so here it is. Here it is. Let's see, what else? Okay, there is an upcoming stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop. As soon as I saw it, again, I had to get this stuff immediately. I'm like, this is me. This has me written all over it. It is a 4-part mystery stitch along. I'm keeping it in this bag. You may have seen this bag before. And now I'm using it again. And it's from my good friend Shelly at Proverbs 31:22. So you see, Shelly, I still love it. And it goes perfectly with my project, which is Love Potion. It is a 4-part mystery stitch along as part of the Be Mine stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop. And it starts February 3rd through February 28th. And this is all we can see so far because it's a mystery. But just that little piece of it sold me on it. I was like, yep, I'm stitching that. Yes, I am. So I'm going to be stitching it on 25 count white Lugana, which, you know, I love. I do have to think, though, I'm so sorry, guys. This is crazy. I do have to figure out, I have a couple of pieces going on 25 count Lugana, and I feel like they're kind of bigger than I want them to be because I'm stitching 2/2. So I may be stitching this one 1/1. We'll see. We'll see. It might happen. I don't know. And I'm using the Classic Colorworks thread pack. And I also have the floss bitties that go with it. Right? Come on. Come on. I could not resist. I could not resist this. I couldn't resist it for love or money, honey. I had to have it. I had to have it. So, we are now going to move on to giveaway winners. Now, in my Flosstube video number 70, I gave away, I offered 4 items for giveaway. No one has claimed any of the items. I have no idea what that's about, but we are gonna just truddle on through. Is truddle a word? I don't know, I just made up a word. Truddle. We're gonna truddle on through. Okay. So I went back to video number 70 and I pulled all new winners. Okay? Because that's really how I work around here. I pulled all new winners. Okay. I'm going to pull all this stuff out first. So, the first one, I knew I was going to drop it because I think I drop it every time. The first one was 2 quilt patterns, Zurich and Alpine Blooms. And the winner of this is Dawn Cates. Dawn, please get in touch with me by email at designmorris1@gmail.com. Let me know your mailing address and I will put these in the mail for you. The second one was Flea Market Baskets by Lori Holt. And the winner of this one is Linda Lindsay. Linda, shoot me an email and I'll put this in the mail for you. Next one was Vintage Housewife with the needle minder that I keep dropping, which I have in my whip pile. And the winner of this one is Linda Pisatola. Linda, send me an email. So, those were the 4 from Flosstube number 70. Get in touch with me. I'll shoot them in the mail. So then in my last Flosstube video, number 71, there were 5 giveaways, okay? The first one, oh man, I didn't grab the picture of it, but it is the Australian sampler done by Mackenzie of, oh boy. Can't think of the name of that. I'm so sorry, Mackenzie. But the winner of that pattern is Kelly at Don't Run With Scissors. Kelly, just get in touch with me and let me know where you want Mackenzie to send the PDF. Give me a good email address where you want Mackenzie to send the PDF, and she'll send that right out to you. Congratulations. Also, there were okay. I'm here. Confused as usual. All right. So, in that video, also, I was giving away a couple of quilt patterns. The first one is Away We Go. And the second one is Rockin' Around. And the winner of this giveaway is Linda Fisatola. So yes, Linda, you won twice from 2 different videos. And that's absolutely okay. All right. Congratulations. Number 2 was Stitch Cards L. Stitch Cards L. Show you that side. And the Oh Dear Stitch Quarterly Chart. And the winner of this one is the Rumpsa family. Rumpsa family. Thank you so much for entering. Please get in touch with me by email and I will get these out to you. The next one is Bloom Where You're Planted. Such a pretty chart. And the winner of this chart is Dawn Duval. Congratulations, Dawn. Send me an email, designmorris1@gmail.com. And last but not least is So Happy. The So Happy cross stitch chart. And the winner of this is Mary Mullen. Shoot me an email, Mary, and I'll get this into the mail, snail mail for you. Thank you to everyone who participates in the giveaways. I really do appreciate it. I find them to be a lot of fun. And so because there were so many winners today, let's see, that's 9. That was 9 winners, guys. I am not going to be doing an additional giveaway this week. It's funny because I have some things sitting here and I'm not sure why, but okay. I don't know who does that. Anyway, we're fine. We're all fine here, okay? Just shoot me an email, winners, and I will make sure you get the items that were promised. Okay. What are my 2023 stitching plans? I have them written down. Because it's confusing. It's confusing it's not confusing to me because it works for me. It's just very confusing when I say it out loud. So, try to stick with me. Okay. Now, I use the Tiny Decisions app on my phone. On that app, I have they have wheels, okay? So, I have a whip wheel, which has all of the whips that I currently have going. That's on that whip wheel. I also have a duration wheel, which has from 2 to 7 days. I spin the whip wheel to find my focus project. And then I spin the duration wheel to see how long I need to work on it. And that works for me really well. However, I want to do some new starts sometimes. And so I decided I use the same duration wheel and I spin it to find out how many whips do I need to work on before I get to start a new start from my to be started pile. And so, again, it's from 2 to 7. And so that's why when I shared with you Summer Home, it's very exciting because it's number 6 out of 6 whips that I need to work on. So after I finish this rotation, I get to choose a new start from my to be started pile. I am trying to figure out how to record that because I think it'll be fun to share that whole process with you guys. So, of course, I'm going to continue to participate in stitch-alongs and things that I consider that need to be finished with some urgency, such as, you know, gifts and things that I just need to have stitched right now. And so those things, they all go into my weekly rotation. My rotation works thusly. I stitch on my focus project every other day. Everything else gets a day in between that. I love it. I love this rotation. Works for me just fine. I do Mirror Monday, where I stitch on a Mirabilia, which I hope to continue even once I'm done with Charlotte. I think I want to choose another Mirabilia and work on that on Mondays as well. I work on Stationery Addict on the 7th. And I do have a couple of full coverage pieces going. And so how I'm choosing, because it's full coverage and because it's such a large project, the way I'm choosing to deal with those is once I spin it on the whip wheel, I will stitch it for the rest of the month. That doesn't matter whether it's the 1st of the month or the 30th of the month. I'm going to stitch on it for the rest of the month. I don't know that I'm going to be participating in any big pushes such as Mania or 12 by 12 this year because I really feel comfortable with stitching the way that I'm stitching now. And so that's basically my stitching plans for 2023. I do, of course, want to spend some more time crocheting. I want to spend some more time making scissor fobs and floss tags. And I want to get some quilting in. I want to make some more project bags. So these are all the things I'm looking forward to in 2023. So those are my plans. Those are my plans. I want to encourage you guys to come and join the Facebook group, Black Ribbon Stitch Studio on Facebook. We basically use it to share our progress on our projects and, you know, of course, finishes, because I love it. I'm also Black Ribbon Stitch Studio on Instagram. I tend to post almost daily over there about what I'm doing and what's going on. And if you like this video, please do hit the like button. And if you really, really, really like this video and you love this content, please do consider subscribing to my channel if you have not yet done so. And when you do subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell so that you could be notified every time I upload a new video. I always leave you with words of inspiration, and today they say, just a reminder, in case your mind is playing tricks on you today, you matter. You're important. You're loved. And your presence on this earth makes a difference whether you see it or not. See you in 2 weeks, guys. Peace.